Peace and Black Power family. This is your host Raheem Shabazz, and we are here for another episode. And in this episode, we're going to talk about the situation concerning Polight. Many of y'all call him Brother Polight. He is no brother of mine. I will simply address him as Polight. Nevertheless, before we even start, let me say this first. Big shout out to Tony the Closer. I call him Tony the Exposer because he be exposing a lot of y'all scam artists. But nevertheless, here's the backstory. When news hit that Polight was potentially going to be pleading guilty to charges involving the molestation of a 14-year-old, I was one of the first and few people to report it before it caught on like wildfire. Me, Tony the Closer, and a few other individuals. Now, on my part, I was seeing individuals in the comment section. They was telling me that how could I defame this brother, wait till all the facts come out, that I am doing the work of the devil, and that for someone who's supposed to be conscious, I'm believing the white man and the white man's criminal justice system. Let me say this to y'all, right? And I'm going to look directly in the camera when I say this because I'm talking to you. I don't believe the white man. I don't believe the criminal justice system. I don't believe Polight. You know who I believe? I believe that 14-year-old girl. That's who I believe. I believe that 14-year-old girl. I believe that police report that documents what happened to her in that hotel room, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a clip of Tony the Exposer, who was there in the courthouse at his latest court hearing when things went down.
So early this morning, I actually received some messages at about 6 a.m. that alerted me that today's hearing would be continued, and that after this, he would be actually going to jail directly after the actual plea hearing. So what happened today is Brother Polight did not show up, but the plea deal is indeed in place. The plea deal is indeed in place. On September the 6th, he accepts the plea and Brother Polight will go to jail. September the 6th, 2023, Brother Polight, nasty black ass, will be in jail. He is a disgusting piece of shit. He is a literal creep. He took advantage of a 14-year-old child. He's victimized this young girl who will be ruined for the rest of her life. But he has to turn in his passports. He has to turn in all those things immediately. The judge today made his attorney aware that he must turn in his passports. He cannot go out of the country. And on September the 6th of 2023, Brother Polight will go to jail. In the courtroom today, there were also other people who were investors who had given Brother Polight $2,000 for credit repair on services that he never actually fulfilled. If you have actually invested $2,000 with Brother Polight in credit repair and you haven't received those services, I would love for you to send me a DM, because we want to also make sure that you file criminal charges on that as well. He has a plea hearing on September the 6th in which he's going to turn himself in. More importantly, he will be remanded into custody on September the 6th. This came directly out of the judge's and DA's mouth. This isn't hearsay. I was in that bitch. He wasn't in that bitch. And then I confronted his attorney, who was sending me DMs and talking all tough and shit when I posted the shit when they said it was defamation. I walked up to the attorney. I said, hey, this is Tony the Closer, the same nigga that was talking online. Don't talk that shit that you was talking to me in person. Yeah, man, that motherfucking molester. He's a fucking molester. I called out the molester and I called out the attorney. I told the attorney, you a sick bitch. She even tried to defend him. Some cases ain't even worth the money, you nasty motherfucker. This nigga Ray Durham said, Tony works for the government, I'm convinced. No, I don't work for the government. I work for having the people that actually have a backbone. I work for fucking the people that don't have a voice. I work for the people that have been victimized. See, you niggas have no heart. You niggas have no morals. You have no ethics. You will sit back and think everything is funny. You sit back and think everything's a fucking joke. This shit is real life shit. And if that was your mother, if that was your daughter or your sister or somebody that was your relative, then you would give a fuck. Most niggas, you don't give a fuck until it happens to you.
So we know at his next court hearing, he's going to plead guilty. He's going to turn himself in. And from what I'm being told by my reliable sources is that he's pleading guilty and he will be doing 5 years in prison. Now, unlike society, where y'all give cover and y'all make excuses for pedophiles, in prison it's a whole different ball game. All right? When he hit that main line and he getting general pop, they want to see that paperwork. Yeah. They want to see if you a snitch or if you got child molestation charges or you a pedophile. Once that is either confirmed or denied, then everything resumes from there. But that's the first order of the day, right? So being that he's already going to be tagged as a tree jumper, as a pedophile, he ain't going to be able to join no gang. So you ain't got no gang to give you coverage. You all on your own, homie. And most of you dudes that do go to prison, y'all look to join a gang because you can never hold your own in prison. And real men don't touch children. So yeah, y'all can give him coverage on these internet sites and y'all can make every excuse for him. You niggas make me sick. So make sure, man, y'all continue, man, to follow this latest development. You know, y'all gave him coverage for everything else. Y'all should have known he was a scammer. I didn't particularly follow him or even pay much attention to him after I heard him say the black woman is God because she's the only human being that can self-create herself without the aid of a man. Now, when y'all fell for that pseudo-science, I already knew what the fuck was going on, man. Y'all let him come in here and tell y'all that shit. Y'all went for it. Come on.